What is going on, you guys? I want to talk to you today a little bit about the drama around the X-Wing 2.0 release. I wasn't that thrilled when it first came out, and so it's taken a little bit of time to process. And now that I've had time to think about it, I want to, at least for all you guys who are really upset about, and I understand, because anytime there's a new cost, especially an unexpected cost, naturally the very first reaction is, what the heck? Is always going to be negative. And so I understand that. And before I get too far, I do want to remind you I do have another round of the giveaway going on right now. So that can maybe help you out with some of that cost. So if you'd like to win a $20 Cool Stuff gift card for an expansion of your choice, you can enter that just by becoming a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. But basically, with this release, I think most of us can acknowledge that if you've been playing X-Wing for a while, the game has been very saturated, and with errata after errata and hard changes. I've always been against that stuff, and so this is a good way to address fixing that. It doesn't fix my problem with the cardboard, having way too much cardboard. I'm just gonna have to deal with that. So it's not like it's the perfect solution, but it's definitely better than I think my first reaction was. So here's the thing. I want you to imagine, just for a second, what if there were no conversion kits? What if there were no conversion kits and they just came out and instead gave the exact same announcement, but they did not include any conversion kits? So now that announcement would go something along the lines of this. Hey guys, we've got X-Wing 2.0. It's coming out. We're a second edition of X-Wing. It's going to be great. Oh, and by the way, X-Wing 1.0 is no longer supported, so now all your stuff is literally trash. That would not be good. Imagine how everybody would react. Imagine how you would react. I think the first thing most of the angry people would say, and I would be among them, is why isn't there a conversion kit? Why isn't there, why can't I convert my first edition stuff into second edition? How dare you tell me the thousands of dollars that I've spent are now trash? And so now take that mindset and then apply it to now. They did give it to you. They did give you a conversion kit. I think if you've been playing X-Wing for a while, you're probably already okay with the idea of occasionally needing to get a new core set, because this isn't the first time they've done that to us. So having to buy the new core set isn't that big of a deal, in my opinion, especially since one will probably be enough. It's not like you're going to need the extra dice from the other core set. You've probably got fistfuls of dice by now. So one new core set I don't think is that big of a deal. Again, we all have different preferences, and so maybe you're not happy about that because everybody's budget and everybody's gaming budget is very, very different. And so for some of you, having to spend $40 for a new core set is a very big deal, because maybe you only have an extra $15 a month, and now this and if you have to pay MSRP, that you're looking at like maybe 2 or 3 months worth of saving up. So I understand that. I have been in that position before, and I know what it's like to just say I need to know like 6 months in advance so I can plan for something, that I wasn't expecting. Now, that being said, they are giving you some notice, because if this is coming out in Gen Con, you've got, I don't think, September for the wide release. So it's May 1st, so June, July, August, September, 4 months. It's, that's okay. It's, 6 months might have been better, especially considering the price of the conversion kits. But now, if you have a large collection, and I have a very, very large collection. I've got, especially for like the first 5 or 6 waves, I've got at least 2 of everything. A lot of stuff I have 3 and 4 of. So I have huge numbers of ships. The last like 3 or 4 waves, I've kind of settled down into only buying 1 of most things. A couple of things I bought 2. Like I have 2 gunboats, I have 2 TIE silencers, and but a lot of stuff I only have 1 of now. But all the way up until I think maybe wave 9 or 10, I was still getting like 2 of everything. So I have a huge collection, at least 2 of everything. So and when I look at the conversion kits, I'm thinking, I'm going to need more than one easily. I've got 11, or no, not 11, like 12 or so TIE fighters, maybe 13 TIE fighters, maybe 10 TIE FOs, 7 TIE Advanceds. Well, I've been talking this over with some friends who have similar size collections. You're not going to fly all of those, not in the same, not at the same time. Sometimes, maybe we were, sometimes I would have extras for maybe an Epic game, like for having 4 IG-2000s, right? Well, they're not even supporting Epic right now, which is another thing. Some of us really like Epic. I love Epic. I love big games. So that's going to be an issue. And again, there's nothing stopping you from just doing like a 300-point game or a larger scale game. But there is something stopping you from using your huge ships right away, because those are not going to be supported, at least at launch. But I don't have to get, let's say I wanted to run a bunch of A-Wings or whatever. I don't have to get like 2 or 3 Rebel conversion kits. I can start with just one, especially if maybe you don't even know how much you're going to like these new rules for X-Wing 2.0. You get your core set and you just get one conversion kit. You got a ton of stuff that you can still fly. You've got like 100 different builds, that are going to be, viable and ready to go. So you're going to have a ton of content for $80. And that's like, or maybe less than that if you get it on sale, maybe 70 if you get deals. So that's not really that bad. If you have, and my point is, 70 could be a lot for you. And I'm not saying 70 is chump change. It's 70 is a lot of money. But if you've got a collection that big, and if you got thousands of dollars invested, then in that case, $70 is probably not that much for you. Like how many people, how many of you guys would drop 70 on a new wave of stuff? One new ship comes out for each faction, easily going to be $70 for everything. If one of them's a large ship, and the other 2 are small, maybe, or you get 2 large ships, or you get like a Heroes of the Resistance pack or a Ghost expansion, you could easily spend $70 on a new wave, and then you're only getting 3 new ships. And this way, it's basically, because you're still going to keep all your 1.0 stuff. If you still want to play 1.0, you're fine. But this way, it's kind of like you're getting like 20 new ships with just a single, you're getting all these new pilots. You're getting brand new pilots for a lot of your existing ships. You're getting balance fixes. You're getting a whole, you're getting a lot of stuff. And I think we really need to kind of appreciate how much work went into these conversion kits. And I can only imagine the amount of playtesting that had to go into rebalancing everything they have ever done for X-Wing. Everything, 100%. They didn't say, that, oh, well, we're going to leave a couple of ships out. No, they said they're including everything. I mean, from a certain point of view, if you like X-Wing, if you like the game, then, why wouldn't you want to spend less than the price of a new game? Because most new games, like a new big box kind of board game, or a new core set for a game, somewhere around $100. Maybe a little less. So for like 70 or 80, maybe even less if you can get it on sale. Because honestly, a core set at 40, most places are going to have it for like 29, right? Something like that, 29, 20, 32-ish. And, and 50 for a conversion kit, you'd probably be able to get that for 40. So you're looking at maybe 65, 70, and I'm just thinking about how much gaming quality you're getting for that. There's a ton. There's a ton there, I would say if you were kind of already disenfranchised with X-Wing and maybe mentally had one foot out the door already, then I understand it. Totally get that. But I don't think it's as bad as it initially seemed at first. At first, I was under the mindset of I play all 3 factions because I collect everything, and I need to be able to field everything at the same time. I don't need to do that. Not right away. There's gonna and not only that, there's gonna be 5 factions, so your first order stuff, that stuff you're not gonna be able to use right away. Your resistance stuff, You're not going to be able to use that right away. So I understand the complaints there. Those are going to be coming out, and they're going to be pushing out expansions in rapid succession too. So you're going to see the expansions come out for this very, very fast to try to help them get caught up. At the same time, you are also going to see some new things come out as well. The quality of the models is going to be better too. Like, a little part of me is actually thinking about just getting rid of everything, and I've said this, a couple of times, and I'm still really on the fence on whether or not I want to try to sell all of my X-Wing stuff, because I think even if I don't use any more of it, they're still cool minis, and it'd be cool to just have them. So, and that was why I got into X-Wing in the first place, because I said, I know I'm not going to play this game forever. I'm not going to play X-Wing for the rest of my life. It's no game do you ever really play for your entire lifetime, right? I mean, even Monopoly, I don't play that anymore. And Candyland, all right, I'm getting off topic, but you don't get into a tabletop game thinking this is going to be a lifelong passion. At least, maybe Star Wars is a lifelong passion, and various different Star Wars games over the years. But no, who gets into a single tabletop game saying this is the end all be all? I will never. You always evolve. New things are always going to come out. None of us have. I don't think any of us think that in like 2070, X-Wing's going to be coming out with Wave 200. Like I don't think there may be other games like that, but I don't think it'll be the exact same X-Wing we know. Things evolve. So I think this is just a natural thing. The cost is kind of unexpected. There is time for you to save up. I think one of the things that mitigates that is that we're not getting like this huge wave, because honestly, if X-Wing was following in the same way it had been doing, we would have had another wave out already by now, and it would have been probably at least 4 ships, 2 Scum, 1 Rebel, 1 Empire. So you would have had to have bought that already, and that would have set you back more than $70. Maybe 100, maybe more than 100, depending on what these ships had. And also you'd still have stuff in development and stuff that you'd want to buy at Gen Con. So I think by them slowing down the release product schedule, it's giving them, giving you time to save money. It's giving them time to, get all this, all the 14 waves worth of stuff to play catch up with. And I mean, it's a big undertaking, and there's no perfect solution. I don't think this is a perfect solution either. I'm really shocked that they didn't go with pilots as upgrades. And I understand maybe you wanted to see the pilot skill printed on the cardboard so you could see that number for initiative. I know you want to be able to see initiative on the board. And that's the case, I would have just rather had a couple of tokens or something like that. I would get so tired of all those cardboard shits. So I guess my big takeaway from this, or for all of you guys, is that it's really probably not as bad as it seems. So I urge you to just kind of think about, if they had said there was no conversion kit, how much worse would that be? Now transpose that to now, when there is, so you have options. And honestly, if you don't want to do the conversion kits, you could really just start with the core set and just start all over again. Ignore all the other stuff. And I mean, again, this is probably only if you're a casual player. If you're a competitive player, you need everything available. I understand that. I stopped playing X-Wing on a competitive level a while ago, and when I do play, I'm very casual on my builds, on my play style. I'm very casual because it's a game about having fun. There are certain games that I play a little bit more competitively. But for the most part, tabletop gaming to me is about having fun. So I would have no problem just starting all over again, not buying a conversion kit, going with just the core set, and then the Wave 1 or the Core Wave expansions that they have coming out. And because I'm going to get those anyway. I mean, I unbox stuff on this channel for you guys, so I'm getting that T65 expansion because I got to open it for you. I'm getting the Y-Wing expansion because I've got to open it for you. So I'm going to have those. And plus, I want the new Y-Wing model. There's other reasons to get these. They do say that the conversion set's going to have all the expansion cards in them, at least all of this stuff. But at the same time, there may be a year from now when they come, when they're finishing up, getting all caught up, and like that new Ghost expansion comes out, or that new TIE Silencer expansion comes out. Really, telling me that even then they're still not going to put a single new upgrade card in there? I think they probably will, but time will tell. It's not the most perfect solution, but it's certainly not like the sky is falling. So I think it does represent a potential bright future for X-Wing. There's some things to worry about, but I'm not really that worried. I think the new game system is very, very similar to the old game system, and it could be way worse, guys. And it definitely would have been way worse if they said, all your stuff is garbage now, you can't use your old stuff anymore. That would have had tremendous backlash. So just use that as a point of reference when going forward, and try not to overreact quite so much. I understand the frustration of new stuff, but it's really not that bad. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and enter that giveaway, and click that little bell for alerts so you don't miss out when I put out new content. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.